Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Chatterbox with Uju. My name is Uju Anobi and this is my vlog. I'm actually excited to be talking to you guys because I actually just realized last week, which I've always known, but it actually just really hits me that Chatterbox is like my safe haven. Like, I'm so excited when it's time to film a video or when I'm editing, and I actually realized that that is the one thing that doesn't stress me. Now, I've had like the roughest week ever. I've been under a lot of pressure from work and my deliverable. So, this week was actually a very, very tough one for me. I was under stress. I broke down multiple times. I had my friends calling me saying, "No, are you okay?" Everybody was calling me because they could tell something was wrong. Like, I wasn't really myself. And the only thing that gave me joy was just knowing that, okay, I'm gonna film a video. So when I'm done from work, I'm going home, I'm working on my vlog board, it actually gave me so much joy. So today, guys, on Chatterbox, I love you guys so much. Like, I'm actually close to tears. I'm so emotional like right now because I know what Chatterbox did for me this weekend. Just thinking about it, working on vlogs, editing my videos that I've shot previously that aren't yet out. I know the joy it gave me compared to the week I've had. So I'm really grateful, guys. Thank you guys so much. And if you are just joining me for the first time, welcome to Chatterbox. Here we talk about lifestyle, we talk about friendship, we talk about relationships, we talk about everything you want to hear. Just hit me up at Chatterbox, chatterboxwithuju@gmail.com, and tell me what you want me to talk about, and I will do that for you. On this episode on Chatterbox with Uju, I will be talking about how to handle stress in the work environment. Now, I came about this topic based on the week I had. Like I said earlier, it was very stressful. I was under a lot of stress and I had to cope one way or the other. So I just thought I should film a video to help other people that are going through something similar, like things that are actually really hard right now. So it's understandable if your boss is on your neck to like deliver and you're like, it's impossible. Sometimes you just have to actually sit back and chill and just think it through and pray to God, and everything will work out at the end of the day. Now, there are 5 different ways in which I cope when I'm under stress in my workplace, in my personal life, in anything I find myself. There are 5 different things that I always do, and I'm going to go straight to it. Now, the first thing I want to say, I'm not trying to be cliche. I'm not trying to be a certain way. I'm actually being very honest. Whenever I'm faced with stress or I'm faced with some kind of emotional attack or physical attack or whatever is going on in my life, the first thing I do is turn to God in prayers. Now, whether you're a Muslim, you are Christian, you are Hindu, you are pagan, you are anything you are, just look up to the person that you believe in and talk to that person. So the first thing I would say is pray. Now, I am a Christian, so the first thing I did when this week started and everything was just hitting me from left, right, front, center, the first thing I did was pray to God Almighty. I actually spoke to him because I actually do have like a personal relationship with him. I don't know, but I actually communicate with him very well. So I told him, I'm like, everything I've been doing, what I've been through. This is about to go down and I don't want it to go down. This is how I want it to turn. And he said to me, he said, "Would you be calm? I would do everything for you." Like, he actually told me not to worry. Like, I could hear the voice clearly telling me that I should calm down, that he's going to be there for me. And that actually gave me comfort. That gave me peace of mind, first of all. So the first step when you're going through any form of stress in your work environment, your personal life, is to look to the person you believe in, look to the one you believe in prayers, and he would actually work miracles for you. Now, the second step is to try to control something. Now, I always say this because whenever there's chaos in my life, I like to know that I'm in control. So I try to control something that may not even relate to what is going on. Now, most times what I tend to do is control my breathing. Now, this has always worked for me. The first thing I do is to calm down and breathe. Breathe. Like, I actually meditate. I'm actually that kind of person that I switch off all my lights, I put on my candles. I have meditation sticks, so I light them up and I actually just calm down and breathe and take it in. Then I listen to words, usually Christian preachings or prayers, songs, like just slow songs, things that will calm me down and put me in a certain mood. So the second thing I always do when I'm stressed is to control my breathing. That way I feel like I'm in control of something, and that will take me to my third step, is to think before I act. When I'm done controlling my breathing, it gives me the opportunity to think clearly before taking an action, before making a decision that can change whatever situation that is going on at the moment. So research has actually shown that people who tend to think properly before they act achieve more results than people who just dive in and act like that. And we as human beings, our first instinct is always to run, just run away from the situation, but you can't always run. So most times I just like to think, like block out everybody. I tell people, oh, give me my space, let me just think. I had my friends calling me like, oh, what's up, let me come and see, let me come and visit you, so that you're not alone. I'm like, no guys, I actually just need like 1 or 2 days to just lock myself indoor and actually just think of the situation and how I can salvage that situation. So sometimes it's good to have your space when things like this are going on, so that you can just reflect on the situation and actually think about it. So the fourth phase is to stay up on your training. Now, if you're working in an organization whereby they trained you before you came into the organization, this is actually for people like that. So you can go back to your workbook and be like, okay, so what did they tell me to do when it gets to this point, when I'm in this kind of situation? Or you can talk to your senior colleagues or your friends and just let people advise and guide you on how to salvage the situation. Now, if you're an entrepreneur like me, this is actually harder because there is no workbook. Like things like this, you just have to come up with the solution yourself. Now, if you have like a board of directors, all of you can sit together and brainstorm everything at the same time, or brainstorm together, basically coming up with a solution. But if you're just a one-man business, then you really just have to talk to people, try and get other people's opinion, do some research. I love the internet. When I was about to make this vlog, I actually did research on thinking, and that's when I found a military research that showed that people who tend to think before they act achieve more results than people who just dive into it. So if you're working in an organization and they trained you before you started, go back to your board, look at it. But if you're an entrepreneur, then just try and sit down with your board of directors or other top people in your business, like your supervisor or your manager. Sit with them, let them come up with ideas, let all of you do everything together, so you're not under a lot of pressure. Now, the fifth stage, or the fifth step to overcome stress in your environment or in your workplace, is to have some humor. Now, this I did not realize till Friday, and I was like, you know what, I could have actually been in a better situation if I just let people cheer me up, but I felt like I needed to wallow in my sadness. I felt like I would feel better, or to help me come out of this situation easier or faster if I just wallow in my sadness. But then on Friday, my colleague came to the office and he was trying to cheer me up, and I was like, no, I just want to, I'm sad, I'm depressed. I was even almost crying. And he just said, Uju, you know what? You cannot actually kill yourself. You're going to have to smile eventually. You're going to have to talk to people eventually. And I just thought for a second, I'm like, okay, let me just give it a try. So before then, he had been offering stuff. He had been like, oh, let's go and have Chinese. Oh, let me take you here. Oh, let's go shopping. So when he said that, I was like, you know what? I'm taking you up on that Chinese offer, and I'm also taking you up on the shopping spree offer. So we went downstairs, we had Chinese, and while we were waiting for our food, we were just gisting, and before you know, I started smiling and laughing. Then we went shopping around the mall, and actually had fun, and I felt a bit better. So I noticed that when I put myself in that depressed phase, I stayed in there longer than I ought to. So that made me more sad than I should have been naturally. So it's always good to have some humor, let people cheer you out. And that's why I'm actually going out this evening, because I'm just like, at first I was like, oh, I'm not coming. Then I'm like, why am I not going? So I'm just going to sit down here and start thinking of all my problems and thinking that why I'm sad. But I'm not going to think of a solution, because most times you just find yourself thinking about the problem as opposed to thinking of a solution to the problem. So you need to know the difference. There's a difference between thinking about the problem or thinking for a solution to the problem. So this was how I was able to cope during the week with these 5 stays. I actually five so this was how I was able to cope during the week with these 5 steps. I actually prayed to God. I thought about every step I made the whole of last week. Like, I was actually very particular and very detailed about everything I did last week. I went back to my training. Well, I didn't really have any training, but I said, "Well, Uju, most of these rules, you set them because you're an entrepreneur. So what is the solution to this problem?" So I went back to the board and I thought, okay, if I said things should be done this way, it's not working out. How about we do it this way? So I just went around everything. Then I'm trying to still have fun at the same time, so I'm not entirely depressed. At the same time, and talking to you guys has been so much fun. I hope if you're going through something similar in your workplace, in your environment, in your relationship, in your church, anywhere, I hope these steps will be able to help you get through it eventually. Thank you guys so much. This is Chatterbox with Uju. My name is Uju Anubi, and this is my vlog. Don't forget to follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter at ms_UJU. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please click the button down below. Subscribe to my channel and show me some love, guys. I can't wait to see you guys next week Sunday as I come